This poem is written by uh, William Wordsworth, and as you know, that he was a romantic poet, so he used to love nature a lot, and some people call him the poet of nature. So in this poem, the poet is talking about the material world. Material world means the world that we have created, the world that is people with the people who are having the mentality of earning money and spending money and nothing else. Okay, so the title of this poem is "The World is Too Much with Us." That means that we are busy too much in this world. Okay, so if you look here, the world is too much with us, late and soon, getting and spending. We lay waste our powers. Little we see in nature that is ours. We have given our hearts away, a sordid boon. Okay, girls, what is the meaning of sordid? Sordid boon mean it's the opposite. Okay, boon means blessing, sordid means bad. Okay, so it's a bad blessing. Here we have a figure of speech that is called oxymoron. Oxymoron means using two different ideas together. So here we are talking about a blessing, a gift from God, and it's a bad gift. Okay. Now let me explain these four lines to you. The first line, the world is too much with us late and soon, means we are all busy too much in this world, getting and spending. Getting means getting money, earning money, and spending it. We lay waste our powers. And in this way, in earning money and in spending money, we are wasting our powers, our mental powers, our energies. Little we see, little means less. We see in nature that is ours. Here, N is capitalized because the poet is looking at nature like a person, okay? Little we see in nature that is ours. The poet says that this nature that is around us, it is ours. It is our own thing, okay? But we have given our hearts away, but we are not enjoying this nature, a sordid boon. And this is a bad blessing because we are not enjoying nature. We don't have any time to enjoy the beauty of nature. On the other hand, we are just earning and spending money. So this is a bad blessing. This sea that bears her bosom to the moon. Bosom means chest. Bears means uncovered. Okay. So here, this sea, it has been personified. The poet is comparing the sea like a woman, and this like if a woman or a person is standing, is lying on the ground. Okay, so the sea is facing the moon. The sea is showing its beauty to the moon. This is personification. And the winds that will be howling at all hours. Howling means crying. And the winds that are crying at all hours, every time, we don't have time to enjoy these things of nature. Okay, girls, so remember in these two lines, the sea and the winds, they have been personified because the qualities of bear and howling. Okay, bear means to uncover something, and howling means crying. So these are human qualities, and we have given these qualities to the sea and winds, so they are personified here. Okay, and these two images are the images of nature. The poet says that we don't have time to enjoy these things and are up gathered now like sleeping flowers. And all these things, the sea, the winds, the nature, they are gathered, they are collected here like sleeping flowers, like the flowers which are sleeping. Okay, because no one is there to enjoy them. Like, here this word like means that this is simile. Simile, when we compare two things with the help of the words like and as. Okay, so the poet is giving the reference of sleeping flowers, that all these things are there but just like sleeping flowers because we are not enjoying these things. For this, for everything, okay, for everything, for nature, we are out of tune. Out of tune means we cannot adjust ourselves with the nature. We are so busy in the world that we don't have any time for nature, and we cannot adjust ourselves with the nature. Okay, it moves us not. It means nature and these scenes, the sea, the winds. Okay, these scenes, it moves us not. The nature, It doesn't stimulate us, it doesn't motivate us, it doesn't attract us. Okay, great God, I'd rather be a pagan suckled in a creed outworn. Okay. And then the poet says, great God, because the poet is Christian, so he is giving the reference of God, that I would rather be. He wants to be a pagan. Pagan means the old Greeks who did not believe in any God. Okay. So they had many gods. Okay. So he said that this pagan Greeks, it is an creed outworn. Creed means faith, religion. Outworn means outdated, because it had many gods, and now this thing is not practiced anymore. But the poet here wants, but they were busy with the nature always. Okay, and they were not busy in making and spending money. So the poet wishes to be a pagan, though they were non-believers. He said that though pagans were non-believers and their faith and their religion is outdated now, it is no more practiced in the world, but the poet wants to be that pagan because he wants to enjoy the company of nature. So might I, standing on this pleasant lea, lea means an open ground. Pleasant means beautiful. Because why does the poet want to be a pagan? Because in this way, he can be having time to stand on the beautiful ground, have glimpses. Glimpses means glance, because then he will be having time to look at that would make me less forlorn. He would have time to look at nature. He would have time to look at nature, and this would make him feel less forlorn. Forlorn means lonely, isolated. Okay, the poet feels himself lonely in this new world where everyone is busy in getting and spending money. So this world does not have any place for the poet, and he feels outdated and he feels alone, forlorn. Okay, so that is why he's saying to the god that I would, the poet wants to be a pagan without religion, the old religion of Greeks, and that in this way though this religion was not a good religion, the poet understands that this religion was not a true religion. That is why it is outdated. Outdated means finished. But even then he wants to be a pagan, because in this way he would be having time to stand on the open ground, beautiful open ground, and then having glimpses means glance, the looks. Then he would be having time to look at the nature, and he would be feeling less lonely. Okay, have sight of Proteus rising from the sea. Proteus, sun god. So he thinks that if he would have been a pagan, he would have glimpses of Proteus, the sea god rising from the sea. Or here, old Triton. Triton is another sea god. Okay, blow his wreathed horn. Wreathed horn means decorated horn, musical instrument. Okay, so he says that if he would have been a pagan, he would be have he would he would have time to look at nature, and now he is feeling alone. But if he had been a pagan, he won't be feeling alone. He would have sights of nature, and he would see the Proteus, the sea god, rising from the sea, or Triton blow his reed horn, musical instrument. Okay, so Proteus and Triton, they were gods in Greek mythology in pagan times. Okay, so girls, this is all about the poem. Remember, this poem is a sonnet. Sonnet means it has 14 lines. There are first 8 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, these are the first 8 lines, and then we have the second stanza with 6 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this poem is called a sonnet. Okay, it's a kind of poem where we have 14 lines, first 8 lines, one stanza, and the second stanza is for 6 lines. And then in this poem, we have strong imagery, like this sea winds, they have been personified because the poet has given them the qualities of bear and howling, that is crying. Okay, and then we have this simile here. The nature is compared with sleeping flowers because there is no one to enjoy the beauty of nature. Okay, So girls, these are the important points in this poem. And the theme of the poem is that we are too much busy in the world, and the poet doesn't like this thing. He wants the people not to be so materialistic, that they are always busy in getting and spending money, and in this way they are wasting their actual powers. Okay, so this is all about the poem. And now I'm going to stop here. Okay.